There it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anytime.
When was the approval of the minutes? When was the November minutes, meeting? November what? Okay, I guess. Yeah. November 28th. Yeah.
Did you want me to pull the picture out?
No,
I needed it for. Okay.
it's running.
I'll call, Wayne County Drainage Board to order. December the 12th, it's 11 o'clock. 4 members are present. Mark is not. Mary, you want to give us a briefing of what you know about Mark's wife, just very quick.
I just know that there was a medical emergency and she's been in ICU for like 5 or 6 days now. And she probably use our prayers right now.
Where's she at?
Fort Wayne.
Which hospital?
That I don't know. Mark just said Fort Wayne. And he said he would explain more to everybody when he gets back.
Okay.
Okay, so Howard, Mark in our prayers, and Mark is not here, but the other 4 members are here. I guess we're ready for the approval of minutes, November the 28th.
I'll make a motion to approve. I read them.
Got a motion, Mr. Kenny Case, second, Richard Conner. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Oh,
that's 4. All, and
Who's second?
I did.
Richard Conner. Have I missed anything else? Okay. You want to, oh, got me mad as a doctor signing my signature anymore. It's more, some days it's worse than that. Okay, you want to walk us through the claims? Yeah.
Well, the first one's Grant County Drainage Board, Amazon business, $128.75 for office supplies, $236.21 in the fund. The next one's Amazon business, $111.13 for office supplies. This is stuff that Mary needed. This stuff that Mary needed.
What I was gonna say.
It'll come out next year.
Yeah.
They've charged shipping and I didn't think they were supposed
You're
to.
gonna return $3.
Yeah.
Send $3 back on.
Just joking.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I was adding that up and I thought that adds too much.
Next one, Grant County Treasurer, $5,593.50. This is a loan from the General Drain Improvement Fund to maintenance. Grant County Treasurer, $96,464.52. This is a loan repayment maintenance to General Drain Improvement Fund. Clinical Tribute, $26.28 for the Waters Open Ditch. No maintenance fund yet. Clinical Tribute, $26.28 on the Polywalk. We did send those 2 out for public hearings, and we'll have them on January 9th. Is that right?
Mhm.
And then at the end of the meeting, I can tell more about the Middle Fork. Willis County Treasurer, $433.34. That's fall collection. That's outbound. Wabash County Treasurer, $1,333.97. Fall collection, outbound. Honey County Treasurer, $543.08. Fall collection, that's outbound. That was Huntington. Howard County Treasurer, $1,495.42. Fall collection, outbound. Blackford County Treasurer, $6,738.51. Fall collection, outbound. Spencer Harriman, $2,150. That's legal fees. There's $5,000 in that fund that Mary has. It's not out of the General Drain Improvement Fund. John's Repair Service, this was a quote for $23,000 on the Landis Tinkle. $123,295 in fund. IMI Stone, $107.77 on the Landis Tinkle.
You said John's Repair, Landis Ting quote, or is that a bill for the, do it work?
The was a quote, we finished the job and
Oh,
we added $107.77 where, was that right where the Landis Tinkle met the other one? There was a soil?
Walking down,
Landis Tinkle, Landis,
yes, south side of Landis. Goes underneath 569 to the east.
okay.
He called me last week and talked about 2 washouts that weren't included on the price that he gave for the Landis Tinkle, and I approved him to put a rock in a washout.
Okay.
I'll make
Ain't
it.
very much rock for $107. Well, it's a couple little spots. I mean, while he's there.
Stop erosion.
I'll make it.
He made, Kenny made a motion to, pay the claims. Second,
I'll second.
Pat's second.
Pat?
Pat. Any more discussion on this set of claims? Not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Kenny? I didn't hear you, Kenny.
Yeah,
Okay, motion carried 4-0. Run us through the other claims that,
CF Excavating, $780 on Pipe Creek, $146,272 in the fund. This was to remove a river dam. And then, that was Josh Gary.
I think it's at the bottom.
Oh, so that was at the bottom. I'm messing up. Let's see. This is on the Morrow Farm. And to get the beaver dam out, it was deep. He had to move some of the topsoil along the bank and put it back. But they've got somebody after the beavers in that location. The next 3 are Cook Excavating, $800 on Pipe Creek, $146,000 in the fund. Cook Excavating, $2,890 on Pipe Creek, $146,000 in the fund. And Cook Excavating, $1,005. This was on the Schaefer Farm, the $1,000 one. The Vogel Farm, he cleared trees and trash from the bank, pile and burn, reshape ditch bank for riprap, install riprap, clean up and reshape top of bank for where they met the yard.
I got a question. Is, Pipe Creek still collecting?
Sometimes.
It would be.
Cause someday it's gonna take a ton of money to clean that thing up.
Yeah, to do a total clean out. Now, this other bill for $800 was still on the Vogel property. He pulled some large trees from across the creek, knocked down several dead trees and cleared it out. So, a lot of these obstructions in the last few years we've took care of, but yeah, to completely brush that thing, and a lot of it's on a stone bottom from
Yeah, I know.
about Roseburg south,
But
but
I just say at sometime somebody's gonna have to clean that.
so any kind of what maintenance, any idea of how much maintenance we pay there? Per acre or what?
how much they pay a year?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't have
I can
that.
pull it up.
It's 50. I think it's 50 cents an acre. I think.
Yeah, 50 cents an acre. It's a 4 county joint bird feeding.
Yeah. Is a lot of fall in Pipe Creek or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
That's what these things do. Come in.
okay. Anything, yeah, the 4 claims, you just talked about, is that all you got?
That's it.
Okay, I've got your Pipe Creek info. It brings in, 47 for a year.
47,000. In Miami County, they just did quite a few $1,000 clean out of old gyms
Do we control
with Bragg Excavating. Yeah, we control it.
Okay,
We have
It's our,
900 parcels and they have, and, 1,700 parcels. 50 cents an acre, $5 minimum, 50 cents a house.
okay.
I'll make a motion, we pay our bills.
it?
Motion by Pat and second by Mr. Cox. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Four, there you go, expand Kenny. One abstention, 3 okays. I assume we don't have anything on Little Crane Pond again, but I want to keep that thing in there until they, because we,
It'll be there forever.
well, maybe we,
Till someone answers some questions, I guess.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
well, if we start, that's for sure, if we start paying for it, there'll be some working down, right?
My worksheet's the very last page, if anybody wants to look at the worksheet.
Humble Creek, probably the,
Mary has a breakdown of all the figures. Go ahead, Mary.
or Humble Creek.
Yep, this is, we agreed with, Ott to write off the attorney fees and he had to pay the engineering. So now that we've received his portion and it's been posted and paid back to General Drain, now we need to eliminate the remaining balance. Otherwise, it keeps showing up that the money that Hummel Creek is collecting
Yeah,
needs to be paid back, but it doesn't. It's the landowner's money and plus it's costing them because they're not gaining interest.
yeah,
The drain shows in the red and it's really not in the red.
yeah.
So is the spring and fall collection, do they come off this total? to
Yeah.
Get the 112?
Yeah, if you look at the last
Well, you
page,
just contradicted yourself. That's what we just paid in, isn't it? That shouldn't be in that amount, right?
no, it's showing the drain is in debt by that much, but we don't want, that there money does not get applied to.
That doesn't get applied to. Okay,
Yeah, look at the
that's-
very last page.
So how much do we need to write off?
And, I sent that over to Kyle Persinger this morning per Mark's request and Kyle went over it and said everything looks good.
Okay,
He checked my numbers and I had to.
They're still showing it's coming off. 143,
Sorry.
and then they put those two and come up with that number.
No, 112,
They say
140.
140 it's written off, and
They
it
match.
should be 143 it's written.
oh,
So they've already applied some of what's.
So they applied the two payments.
So when we write off this amount, then it will show the only money in that fund,
Zero.
Spring and fall.
like $30,000, where right now it's showing that that $30,000 needs to go.
It'll
toward-
still be a negative balance though.
No, it'll be a plus balance because of the write-off amount. We're not writing those off.
You didn't subtract these.
We're short 143,000 right now. We're in the hole that much.
Right.
And we're only writing off 112,000. So we're still gonna be short 30,000 in the hole.
I don't know, 'cause Kyle Persinger went over this. and-
Yeah, I think what Kyle's intent was,
Here, let somebody else look at it, see what.
Yeah, let them, because I mean,
that's in 19 and 11, we don't want that to be written off, that's,
Well, you started collecting on those other guys up there.
yeah. And the new maintenance is not to pay back
right.
the old debt. We should have never went here, but he was advised by his counsel.
Who you saying about, who you talking about? I mean,
Mr. Ott was,
okay.
It looks like they're,
okay,
if
how,
we're 143 in the hole, it looks like they're applying the spring and fall collections
To the amount to write off.
to the 143, and then we only write off the 112.
and that's what, look right here, that's what Darren has on his system too,
yeah, Darren has 112 writ off.
two write-offs,
Yeah,
All right.
because that's the true debt. Cause
No, the true debt's 143. You have to take the total amount minus what I paid is the debt.
I know it.
So that was a total that I paid that much, that left 143. Then the spring and the fall collections get applied and that leaves 112 in the hole. And what Richard's saying is these should not go against the legal,
Yeah, we should be
Right.
right off.
right off the 143.
143.
Yeah, I think the 143 should be written off.
I mean, if we're writing off the.
Again, the program's got to show that this new money coming in is not to pay that old. But it looks like,
I think you're right. I mean, we agree that,
we'll have to double check.
This case is if we say we're gonna write off the 143 and we find out that's wrong, can we fix it the next meeting?
No, we're not gonna write off any until they fix it.
Let's just,
Bring it back
let's
next.
just table this to the next meeting.
Yeah.
okay, table, don't I have motion?
Gotta talk to Kyle.
We table the Humble Creek transfer until we get some clarification on the amounts.
Motion for Richard Cox, second.
Second.
Okay, to table the Humble Creek legal fees problem, so table to next meeting, okay.
And we found out, since it's just transferring money, I can't vote on it without any conflict of interest.
Okay. Okay, then we're ready to move on to new business.
Just you vote.
Legal, we got.
Oh, no, we got, oh, yeah. All in favor of that table, motion to table, say aye. Aye. 4 ayes. Motion carried 4-0. New business, Ms. Drain.
It's a Smith Drain. Mr. Meady's here today. We're doing the engineering for this James Yoder horse track.
Okay,
He's up there.
you see, you with us?
Yeah, I am. You guys hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yep. I'm actually Jeremy Kaiser. Jeff couldn't make it today, but I'm here representing JD Yoder on this horse track. I don't know if I can share my screen to show you the encroachment. Basically, it's just a dirt practice horse track. And we're encroaching into the Smith regulated drainage easement by about 25 feet.
Okay.
And we would like to ask for a variance for that.
I have an aerial photo in front of the chairman today, and from looking at your plans, the track's been downsized, so it's no longer going to cross the creek at all, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
There's a little bit of surface water coming in off of the north. He'll have to make sure that he don't impound that and he keeps that flowing.
Yeah, exactly. We've got some diversions as far as we've got a pipe coming into that ditch under the track now proposed. I think there was an existing pipe there. I think it was existing 30-inch. So basically removing and replacing that existing 30-inch that catches that water from the north.
This is on a small maintenance. Everybody pays the ditch tax. There's a lot of natural fall through there. So if we do, it's got a whole harmless agreement to sign. So if we ever had to track across that, which, you know, the north side is the other side, the opposing side. And if we ever have to brush and dredge that creek out, it'll be done from the opposite side to tracks on, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
What's this?
You need to sign that.
How big is this track? Quarter or half?
I think we were. Sorry about that. I don't remember exactly.
Well, I mean, they wanted either a quarter of a mile or half a mile.
So
Well, you keep saying it's reduced, but I just wonder how much it's reduced.
I didn't study the plans that much.
Keep them on.
Oh, is this the word?
Yeah, that's the natural drainage where you talk about 30-inch pipe right there. Our ditch is about right in here.
So this is not to drain?
No,
No, it's not.
our easement drain's coming up around here like this. So he did have a track crossing up here
Okay,
and circling back around, going clear through the woods and then back up this way.
okay.
And crossing, that's where the storage container got put in as a crossing.
Okay.
What scale?
Can you guys see my screen or no?
Yes.
Yeah, we go,
Yeah, it's under 60 feet to the inch.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, here's the county road. Looks like,
What I'm getting at is, if he's working horses, he wants it either a quarter or a half,
That's not our problem.
huh?
We don't care what size it is.
See where I got the red road, that's where the track comes into our easement there.
yeah, so this dotted line, dashed line here would be the edge of the easement, and then this solid kind of hatched is our actual track.
Guardrail around it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Will the track have a fence or guardrail around it?
We did not specify one, but he is going to have one right through here, obviously, because the,
Well, I was thinking if we had to work from your side on the track, right there on that corner, if there's nothing in the road, it wouldn't be a problem.
yeah, I'd have to talk to him about that. I mean, it's really not a huge drop off, but I mean, you're dropping off 5 feet right here, but we don't have plans for a guardrail.
72-hour notice, he'd have to move it at his expense.
Right, exactly.
Center from the top edge. Where's he measuring the easement from? Top edge of the ditch or?
Yeah, it was the top edge of the ditch bank.
Yeah, 75 feet from the top bank.
And how far was you going to encroach in there?
From here to the edge of track is like 25 feet.
From the top of the bank?
Well, just our actual track.
Okay.
I mean, I get, these are just contours, so this be matching into existing grade there. I think it's 3-to-1 slope down from here. So, I mean, technically you wouldn't really need a guardrail. I mean, they're horses, not cars, so. I'd have to ask him about that though. He intends to put in a guardrail.
Yeah. And you haven't looked at the drainage easement hold harmless agreement yet, have you?
No,
Okay, Mary could send you this then.
yeah, if you can send me that.
Yeah, our drainage board attorney's written this up. The only part we didn't fill out, we filled out the address, but request permission to perform the following work on the above real estate, and then that's blank. So whatever the track's made out of needs filled in that location.
Okay.
How much,
Crushed is it?
how much easement they we gotta reduce it or
We don't reduce it.
don't reduce it?
Yeah, you don't reduce it. I mean,
Track in the easement.
Yeah.
No, other than dirt and stone, there's no structures or anything going in there.
no, nothing.
Guardrail, but
Yeah, and I don't think he really needs the guardrail, but you know, I think we should let him know if he ever puts anything in this area that, you know, he's going to liably have to pay for you guys to remove it and pay for someone to reinstall it. So,
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
so I think he's fully aware of that.
How do we make him fully aware of it?
Well, he's going to sign the hold harmless agreement.
Is it in agreement?
Is it in that agreement?
saying that we're not going to be responsible for any damages if we have to go into.
Yeah, it's pretty detailed.
Yeah, it should be in there. I mean, that's the whole
Let them know.
Point of it.
Kyle wrote that up,
I just say,
not just for this problem, but
no, I was told to save it if we need any more.
But he wants to either, half if he's working horses, because when he goes to Anderson, you know.
Well, as long as he knows
Anderson and
if we gotta get in there, we can get in there and do what we need to do and
This is when they denied raising the maintenance, so, Jeff Gall takes care of it on the end. It's 50 cents an acre or something.
Ain't gonna be much done to it.
No, it's natural fall down through there. I don't look for us to ever touch it.
Okay,
We keep the farm tiles working on the upper end, but
what do you think, Pat?
Looks like it was written by an attorney.
And has he got it covered, us covered?
oh, yeah.
For everything except what might happen in the future.
Okay, that's what I'm worried about.
Might be things, but everything's covered until something happens.
You're not covered for that.
Yes. Not one thing. Yeah. Sounds.
So what's the board want to do?
I'd say we grant it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really putting any structures in there. I mean, so as long as what they're doing is not gonna cause erosion on our ditch bank,
It's not.
No.
then the big question then becomes the guardrail, and as long as he's aware that they may
It might have to be moved.
if we have to get in and do it.
But they're gonna want to come in and put a stone track in, pack the thing good because they want to work year round. That's what Amber says.
Yeah.
These guys, instead of going to Anderson or Shelbyville,
So,
they're taking these horses home and working.
So we approve this and then send it to him and he approves it?
Yeah, you gotta sign it too.
Sign it.
You can get it back to us.
so we got a hold harmless agreement with the racetrack, right? And he understands that if we have to work on it, they gotta take, if the guide rails will work, we gotta let us work on that side if we need to. And it's not gonna cost us any money, it's gonna cost him money. Is that right? The old landowner?
Mhm.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, correct. Someone asked how long the track was. I don't think I gave an answer. It's 2,200 linear feet. So 4/10 of a mile, I guess.
Okay. Any other questions for the board?
Is he satisfied with that length?
I think you wanted more, but this is what we could fit with minimal, encroachment onto the actual drain. So
You want them, you wanna work them on a quarter or a half, whatever, okay? That's all I was saying.
Okay. Do we have a motion to,
I move we approve this hold harmless agreement with Mr. Yoder.
okay,
The blank area will just be filled in and say track, horse track.
okay.
motion by Mr. Cox, second by Pat Pinkerton. You ready for the question? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
So,
Motion is carried.
That's what we signed.
That's fine.
Okay.
Mark's name's on it. not on it.
that's right.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Bothers me.
You have anything else for us?
I do not think so.
Okay, thank you.
We'll get these seen off to you.
Okay, appreciate it.
We're ready for the other business.
We have a petition for a public hearing for the Ellsbarger Circle from David DeVore. We're just accepting that petition.
Set a hearing date.
Is there,
It's a fitting date.
It won't collect till 20.
Yeah, it's not gonna collect till 25, but you want to have it on January 30th?
If the assessment roll's ready, yeah. And it's ready, isn't it?
No, let's not, let's make it sometime in February. I don't want to rush it, and I don't want Raymond to work on it until you're stressed and it's your turn.
I have an idea what they're wanting to collect.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I can tell you. This project, Scott Rogers coming, is
It's all about solar.
of
There's-
550,000 on this,
And there's proposed.
and that was without stone,
This is for
okay?
David DeBoer.
So it will not surprise me if it's not 6.25. Somewhere between 5 and 600,000. So when you come in here, if you come in here with $5 or $10, you're just spinning your wheels. And the main thing is on this here is Glory Graham behind
$50 an acre.
with solar panels. And
Yeah.
I know
$50 minimum,
there's
$50 per
at
acre.
least a half a dozen breakdowns on this pile a year, okay? So Dave's has got 300 and some acres up in the head of this. So I don't know who's gonna set the rate on it, but don't set it at $5 or $10. 'Cause
Well, he's going for $50 an acre,
he's going for 50.
$100 on the side.
There you go.
And then, you know, if you guys lower it, maybe, you know, down to 30 or something, right?
You go for 50, you can always come down.
See, right off. You know, for $75 on the property, and oh, that's Kevin Cates. So maybe you don't have much on that, do you, Ken?
I don't have any.
Oh, he's got you on.
Get people at the meeting.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
May not be here.
You're on there somehow.
How many acres is in the watershed? You got that?
Acre and a half. Yeah, Mary's got it all here. 11 rooms and 882 acres, so bring in $44,149 a year. And 11 homes will bring in $1,100, which is total $45,249. And they got you down as an acre and a half out there, Kenny.
It's right there at 13 and that, whatever that first road is north, right at the intersection. I think there's like an acre and a half of that field that.
So they set a minimum?
So it'll take 10 years to collect enough money to do anything.
Minimum $50, right, man?
By that time, it's gonna be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But it's a start, I guess. And what,
And it's like
Mark Lester's got some big bills out there for, goes out for,
I took the solar guys out there and we went over and I got pictures where I showed them where some of the holes. And I said, boys, we're gonna need 500,000-600,000 for this. And they started stuttering around. So that's the reason Dave's getting this thing in and getting started, I reckon, okay?
my question is, can we prevent them from building over this easement?
Can be one.
Can,
It's 150 feet right now,
I'm beating on it for 150 feet, okay?
each side.
so they have to stay out of it or not?
Right now, you can't have that legal notice put together. If the drainage board would adopt that, and they would agree to it, and we could go with 300 feet.
Well,
Right now, it's 150 feet,
it's
75.
150 feet on each side.
Right.
To tell you what, that's worst bad. So you're gonna have to get out 75 to 100 feet anyway to put in.
Get enough,
When you come back in on this, you're gonna be with 30, at least a 30, or maybe a 36. And to get cover, you gotta get out of that, so then you gotta go over on the other side, put an 8 in to pick up the laterals.
well, we can accept that,
It would be,
Subject.
yeah.
I'd say 750, like Dave said.
When can you have a
how about
regular meeting?
February 27th? Because it won't collect till 25. It came in too late to have it for next year.
Can you do it I mean, we don't want, since it's not gonna go get on this year's anyway, so
Right.
you guys, if you can set it, do it for February 27th,
Oh, yeah.
that's what we'll choose then. Okay. Do we need a motion or how do we?
And send it out with whatever rate says.
So do we have a minimum on this? We've got an acre and a home site,
$50 minimum,
$50 minimum and
I
a
believe.
year.
Right.
Yeah, and how does that acre,
Is that acre, I think?
how's that acre and a half comes out $75?
Because 1 acre is 50 and then half of that,
Okay, so that's how come Kenny's in there for $75.
you've got an acre and a half. 1.5 times 50 is gonna be 75.
So we need a motion like these figures.
Yeah.
To have a hearing.
$100 home.
And Ken, you can't vote on it, right?
Okay,
No, Kenny can't vote on
okay, we're ready. That's going to make the motion on the Elko Barker circle.
Echo circle.
it. Do you want that in front of him? Do you want to look at that?
To know the rates.
They're all highlighted right up the top. Acreage and everything.
Is that the easement? Or
That's
the
the
assessment? Is there two of them or one?
Proposed and
Huh?
Proposed and
Proposed
existing.
rate, One's proposed.
Current rate.
gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Sure.
That ground's so flat out there, you have surface flow and it's like if you go to a bigger tile, you almost need to move it over even farther than like Kenny said to get the ground cover. Otherwise, they'll need to convert it back to an open ditch right where the tile is. Nobody wants to hear
Yeah,
that.
if you don't have the ground cover, put the tile in,
It'd be iffy.
how are you gonna get the tile on the other side of that swale into the new tile?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or are you gonna put two in?
Make it an open dip.
Make it an open ditch, which it is now.
Be less tile, be less money.
Yeah, that and the lumber,
There's not enough cover.
they both have surface water, maybe 150 feet wide at times, 4 inches deep, running over, going like this. So it definitely needs bigger.
You ready to make a motion?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the board wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she knows what is
We
there.
can advertise.
Okay,
Yeah.
you making Pat's making the motion. Who's second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Clark. And we discussed it enough?
Nothing really was discussed till we had the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 23%, 23% of the watershed signed to,
I mean,
only 23%. Lester didn't sign it, and he's down for a lot.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the petition for the Echo Barger Circle, right?
Yep.
And we just accepted it and we're gonna have a hearing to set a hearing date for February the 27th. Right? Okay. All in favor of that motion would say aye. Aye. Abstaining?
he's still reading.
We have three.
He actually voted with the ayes, but
Yeah,
Okay,
there's not that much.
okay.
Well, that's not that
It's
much.
4-0, nothing carried
I
there.
don't even know where they got that.
Yeah.
Willing to check, Kenny. See where that acre and a half came
you
from.
don't even know how much land you own, do you? You're even,
Somebody else. Yeah, okay.
forgot you own land.
He's dealing with Howard County right now, they're trying to get him.
If you have anything else, when I deal with the board,
I talked to Madison County, Ray Hyatt. He has 3 acres in Grant County at the end of the open ditch. He don't actually touch the open ditch. The Middle Fork ditch is all in Grant County, except a portion of it is into Howard County. I've talked to Howard County surveyor. He's going to see if he wants to be involved for their little section. And Ray Hyatt's been a drainage board commissioner, he's been board member for 4 years and a commissioner for 4 years. He said he didn't sign, and he has acreage that comes in the end, surface wise. Because that's the only way the Middle Fork either gets through the Polywalk there, and that runs into Madison County for a good ways. The other drainage, and they're making an assessment and sending us how many acres they have. It comes in on the surface or through tiles, one of the Middle Fork. And he signed a petition for 10. So he's not in favor of 30. And information, so we talked on the phone. And which is rights or form a joint board. He said that they would just collect the money in their county and we could keep it simple and they'd send it to us. So that's.
Can you do that?
That's a new way.
You want a joint board, and we'll just collect our money and send it to you.
That's how they did the Polywalk and they're collecting them in. And they didn't really talk to, if they talked to the Grant County people, I didn't know about it. They might have talked to some landowners and they said, no, we're not interested. So that was the end of it. But now we're going to put the Polywalk on maintenance and we're going to maintain our 2.5 miles and use the money on their part and they're going to do the part on theirs. So I'm also getting in a confusion whether the waters, we got the waters in the Polywalk, we're going to have a hearing on them, January 9th. But when they both come in the upper end, we talked about assessing $5, which is going to be kind of excessive because that would mean everybody in Madison County would pay on, and I didn't get into that with him on the Polywalk, and you still need to form a joint board, so.
Or waive the rights.
Rights, and most of the counties have just been doing it by talking to each other beforehand, but I'm supposed to send a registered letter eventually. How do you want to do this? And they got to respond legally, so
We're gonna have
now we know what this has ever been done on.
we got a hearing scheduled, right?
For Polywalk and Waters. The Waters is complete,
Not the middle.
not the Middle Fork. I don't have the acreage on the end. Howard County Surveyor is going to decide whether he wants us to stop at the line like we did on Grassy Fork. I talked to Greg Lake.
So just, we'll have that hearing just being the two. And then, of course, we was gonna take $10 an acre, right? On both, on 3 of them.
Yeah, they're both at $10 an acre.
I thought we did $30.
Yeah,
It's on Middle Fork, okay.
okay. Well,
Okay,
clear as mud.
yeah.
What we can have the hearing at for the waters and
And that'll be what's that next year when we start working on them. We still don't have the Middle Fork ironed out until I talked to Greensburg's secretary, and after I talked to Ray Hyde, he said he was going to have her prepare her watershed. Now, you did find the acreage, you knew offhand what that was.
There's roughly 5,000 acres coming from Madison County into the Middle Fork, 3,500 from the Polywalk and about 1,500 from the Middle Fork.
And if we've got 90% of the open green, which we've got 100% in this case, on the Middle Fork, or we got 80% of the watershed, we can ask them to waive the rights.
Does this Middle Fork, does it go west? That water run west? So it runs off of us.
Yeah. Somewhere it turns into Wildcat Creek.
Okay. Down there.
It's like Gordon said, we started a little late on this one to get multiple counties moving.
yeah, then I know Steve Comer said all he knew, he wanted to start. Well,
It started.
it started.
And the road's done bad.
Well, the whole thing
Yeah.
needs it, hadn't been done. Well,
If we get them two on maintenance and first kind of hold up at the outlet, we can brush a few hundred feet downstream and dig a sediment hole to get started,
yeah, okay.
By assessing the Polywalk just in our county to clean our county and not putting Madison County's money into the Polywalk fund, kind of is already excluding them from the Middle Fork group. I don't know if you can charge them when it comes to charging the up or the downstream part of Middle Fork or not. they're not gonna pay on the polywalk.
they'd have to cooperate.
Yeah.
Their water's gonna come down there. If you flood us up, our neighbor, our farmers, they're not.
So we might not be able to do the polywalk either.
Well, we can put those on maintenance. Yeah, maintaining their part.
Needs to get a work done. I don't know if it's right. It's,
So they maintain up to the county line, we maintain from there on,
Right.
but they're not participating in any of
No,
They don't give us any money.
right.
They should be, in the middle fork, they should be getting some money,
Right.
but that's not, we're not worried about that. We're just worried about the hearings we're gonna have
Mhm.
in January
the
to get to.
reason I brought that up is then you have people in Madison County that come into the middle fork through the polywalk that won't pay. But then we're trying to get people on the other part of the middle fork to pay for the same process of the water
Or those surface drainage.
that they're not paying for. So if you weigh both of them, they would be treated more evenly than to charge one and not charge the other.
But I get, you know, I get an assessment roll from them when I look at it and then, you know, I could officially.
Abstain.
Even if their county doesn't want to pay on it, if
Well,
the people in Grant County want to, at least then the ditch will get started clean.
Yeah.
I've just never had this answer before.
When we brought this up the last meeting, I said, we want to spray this,
Mhm.
keep it down, okay, so we don't do it again.
Cause they were saying, well, whatever money we collect, we'll start and do, that sounds good, but you're not gonna get a,
Yeah.
Take out log jams about.
So he's got 40 acres, Mr. Hyatt does in Grant County. And it's 1/4 mile off of the open ditch. And then I don't know how many acres.
Water goes into the ditch.
And then he's got acreage in Madison County, so until they produce me an assessment roll, we had an old one, that's what you got, but then I'll talk to him and see if he can talk to his board. If I need to write an official letter, I will, so you guys can get an official results.
Sounds like you have a whole year to do the middle fork now.
Right, there's no rush.
yeah. Okay, anything else to discuss on the water, polywalk? Or we know,
Ryan wants something.
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
wait a minute. Hello,
Ryan? Ryan, do you have anything to say? Apparently not listening.
I'm good. Okay.
I'll entertain the motion to adjourn. We have it. Kenny made the motion. Here, anybody have a second? Patrick, make second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen.
Mr. Hyatt was real nice. He was driving, so he got a place to pull over and we had a good discussion. It's just,
My brain's,
sitting with the for 2,
Yeah.
my brain's not working right on this.
Okay.
30.
Let me just stop the recording.
Oh, yeah, Mary won't talk to you.
Jim,
No.
who was that?
Ray Hyatt.
Oh, that's that commissioner over there.
Was an commissioner. He was 40 acres. Yeah, commissioner.
Okay, I don't know what I'm missing.
Okay. He was 40 acres. Balance ground.
Okay.
Right, well, I need-
There's the lot balance, which is down here.
doubled and tripled.
Oh, yeah.
And this is